Welcome to Thinking in Turns, and today we have another 1v1 ladder replay. We have Matto in blue playing the Rebels, and Matto is known for having a lot of very special strategies and special recruitments, and trying to make the game a little bit more fun. And on the red, we have Caritas playing the Undead, in general a very solid player. And this is a rather big map, which allows you to either play top or bot side and have some transitions through the middle. And it's also an interesting map because you have some hexes here, some squares, some special squares, which affect time of day. So if you see me hovering over these ones, they give you the darkened condition, which improves chaotic damage, for example, or like lowers slowful units. And all the campfires here just help out with the day time of day. So let's just get to it and see what these guys are up to. So straight away, you see Matto going for some very special recruit, which is, well, basically full elvish scouts. That's not something you see every day, and usually these units are quite expensive, especially compared to the normal, usual elf roster. But they also offer you quite a lot with the mobility and as well as the range tag. So, meanwhile, Caritas here going for some standard recruits with the mobility, just grabbing the first few villages. But this is the focus of the game today. There's all these elvish scouts that Matto went for and how he applies them. So the first few turns are nothing too special, people are just grabbing villages. Right here you see two Darker Deaths already. I think both of them blinded their picks, so they don't know what they're playing against yet. Yeah, there's nothing too special yet. Now, Caritas does see a couple of scouts here, so he might be a little bit confused because you don't usually see two scouts rushing in like that. And the interesting part here is, I'm pretty sure Caritas decides to push the bottom side, which is why he overloads it with a lot of units and only has a couple, 2 units guarding the top side of this map. Just making sure the villages don't get grabbed. So it is a generally decent strategy. You just arrive here when at nighttime and can try to pressure some villages. Meanwhile, we see Matto going to the top side. He has a lot of vision because of all the scouts on his team. As you can see, he sees a couple of forces here. He only sees this bed and the scouts defending the village. So he decides to go in and instantly apply pressure, even though it's about to stop the nighttime. And all the scouts at the bottom also start moving up a little. They're still in range to defend the villages, they have a lot of movement points, but at the same time they might also at any point just come to the top and help out here, depending on what happens. In the back with some decent recruits, also you just want mages, especially if you see this amount of ghosts. So there's not much behind it yet. But if you give Matto some time, he gets to recruit the counter units and generally do well in this matchup. So Caritas obviously sees this, and while a push on bot lane was his initial plan, a push on this bottom side, he decides to go and try to stop the scouts, which is kind of a generally decent response because it will still take you a while to actually get to these villages. And because your Dark Adders are way slower than the scouts, you will most likely just lose all your back villages if you continue to push. So this is a reasonable response to just go and try to deal with these scouts first, especially if you get to kill all of them off. You will have a good advantage here. Scouts are not that strong in terms of combat stats. Really, their main point is their mobility. Right? If you compare them to something like an elvish fighter just does more damage, maybe a little bit less range damage, but they're also cheaper. So yeah, Matto finds a wild bet down there. Starts to recruit more mages because he sees an opening on the top side. And this is amazing. Obviously, Caritas didn't have a lot of units defending this. He couldn't zone of control block all the scouts. They just send the Dark Adders to the bot lane here. And now he loses one village. This one is close to capturing this village here. I think the reason why Matto didn't do it is because he was kind of scared of getting shot at by the spawn shooter, which at nighttime does insane damage to the elvish scout. So he's just in a range, but he's out of range to get hit by anyone. And this scout over here, which again is pressuring a couple of villagers down here. And this is an insane advantage. Obviously, these units are kind of pricey, but at the same time, you're kind of crippling Caritas by pressuring these villagers at any time. Now Caritas needs to make a choice. Does he want to defend the villages? Because if he goes for the defense here, he will miss out on the nighttime, but he should be trying to frighten pressure. But at the same time, if he moves all his units back, he will already have lost some villages over here. He's already losing out on gold. But then also he will start getting pressured on the front over here by all the units that are coming. So he decides to mostly ignore the scouts and at least look for some damage. But already at this point, it is a difficult situation to deal with. He didn't even get any hits in yet. Because he needed to move his Caritas from the bottom side here all the way up. And now he just needs too many turns to get in range to the damage. So if anything, he probably should have just kept on pressuring on both sides when he saw all the elvish scouts out here. And hoped to take enough villages back to equalize whatever you're losing here. And it just continues. Now you're losing this village because obviously you don't have anyone to really defend them. And all Matto needs to do is make sure that he doesn't die on this push. As long as he can survive this push, he will just have the economic advantage. We see one more scout being recruited. Okay, at this point, all you really need to have are mages and a couple of fighters, or maybe even scouts to deal with the Caritas. So Caritas moves up, he gets the kill on the elvish fighter, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just one kill that you got during the nighttime, and you lost control of your villages. So it was the very, very bad situation for him. And it's still not over. Look at Matto picking up the next village. Picking up this village. And it not only is gold generation, but it also costs your opponent turns to try and claim back the villages. Turns that he doesn't really have because it's already about to be daytime. And he's getting pressured on the front here with the elvish scouts who can just get into position very quickly. So at this point, I don't even know what to do. He gets a nice kill with his bone shooter. He does a lot of damage to the elvish scouts. But now you have your leader out. You can't recruit this turn, you can't even recruit next turn because you're too far away. And it's just one village that you claimed. So you can try to at least get some value out here, but at this point, I don't think there's even a comeback. And we're at turn 7 here. Just because you got completely outrated by the elvish scouts. This is not something that I expect to see when you see rebels versus undead. Yeah, Matto can just start pushing up the new recruit units he has. This is generally a pretty strong setup. And your opponent just doesn't have the gold and the units to resist you here. Like, he even blocks the recruitment spots. So to make sure Matto Caritas can't recruit anything at all. And well, what is the comeback from this? Caritas says there is no comeback, and he surrenders this game. At this game set at turn 8. And I think, well, this is quite a crazy recruitment, especially blind when you don't know what you're playing against. It did work out quite well, and since your opponent can't reasonably zone of control all the sides, you will generally fight and find an angle to just run past him and pressure the villagers here. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Is this a viable strategy? Is there a good counter to it? I'm not too sure, because you don't see this too often. So I hope you had fun watching this one as well, and I'll see you in the next one.